the field so far concerning the 2027 APC primaries in Lagos State and different parts of the country?
This is one of the very interesting moments in politics in Nigeria when primaries are conducted. And if you look at what has happened, this exercise has further consolidated APC as a political party. I agree with you that it's not an error-free process. There are challenges here and there. But if you place it side by side, the 36 states of the Federation will agree with me about that the party has been able to carry out an exercise that is well organized. I said so because political class thought citizens like me are fools. We are no fools. You just aspire to be in office to articulate our position as a parliamentarian, to execute policy as a governor, vis-a-vis. Now, the moment something is not going in your direction, you started causing chaos. And which is the picture of what you are seeing everywhere. Don't buy into the arguments. Pick all of them one after the other. Pick the most popular in Lagos is Elliot. It has gone 3 times. The process have brought you in. You are now if you had complained at the beginning, I will know. Now look at other states too. Some people has been disqualified, screened out of the exercise. Only for you to come back and be talking about a consensus, you don't agree to it. Out of 50. So these are challenges that are breaking. But the party has come out stronger.
You and that's think what, so?
Yes, yeah. I see. I want to talk to the young guys, young people that do not conduct their own research very well. Which party do you want to look up to in the country at the moment? So you want to decimate the APC, the only party that seems to be reasonable, not to go into fracas, not to go into chaos.
Yeah.
PDP is in shambles. ADC took over somebody's, like somebody's property. The person is challenging them. They will agree in the morning. They will disagree in the night. NDC, we don't even know what they are doing in NDC. This is not good for our democracy.
Right.
It's not good. There must be opposition. So for me, what I will only do is to encourage APC as a political party to address all those challenges.
Okay.
They should not push it aside. But to say that
fairly.
Yeah, fairly, yes. But to say that APC is not a party. So tell me, where are the parties you want to talk about again?
Razak.
Since 1999 that in 2015 that Buhari came on board, there's been speculation that after Buhari the party would die. It didn't die. There's been speculation that after when Tinubu had this, mainly imagine people will start going out of the party. People are not going out. If the APC lose 2 today, 10 people will come in again.
Right. I don't want you to lose track of where you were earlier when you said all you would ask that the party does at this particular point in time is to address these challenges. And I'd like to ask, in your own opinion, are these challenges or injustices as been, said by those who feel they have been, maybe, voted out or, not part of the process at the moment, who are now saying this is unfair, this is injustice. So for you, can we term these as really injustice, unfairness, or they're just challenges that would come with the political terrain at this particular point in time?
First and foremost, you know colonialism, the final stage of imperialism, Nkrumah wrote it. And what is colonialism? It's when a government of another country imposes its own style of government on your country. The moment you don't run your democracy the way American runs their democracy, it's not democracy. Which is the challenge we have in Nigeria. There's democracy in China. There's democracy in Russia. There's democracy in Cuba. But America is imposing the will of the people. That's democracy. So consensus is an advanced democracy. Because it's about, we both agree that instead of dissipating energy and our resources,
let's all agree.
Let's all agree.
Right.
That's
but
advanced
do you
democracy.
think we can actually get 100% agreement?
Yes, that which is why I'm coming to
Right.
now. Now, coming to those challenges, there are people who I think their concerns should be addressed. Who felt that I don't agree to consensus.
Okay.
Which means that automatically we have to carry out a proper exercise of voting for who you like. Some voices were suppressed at that level. In my note, it doesn't happen in Lagos as the governorship level, maybe some other small. The second layer of people are people who are wiping up sentiment.
Okay.
And I give you an example of such people. 10 people who are contesting. They screen them. They disqualify 5. The remaining 5 sat together and agree that, okay, they will support and they choose one. The 4 people choose one. The people that was disqualified now started saying that we didn't agree. He has no local standing because in the first instance, he did not qualify to contest for the primary. And that's what people, many of those companies we are seeing. They have done our investigation. So that kind of people, we should not allow them to make us lose focus. What should be our focus now is APC stabilize on time. Let us see who is coming to challenge you. Then let's engage the two parties. What are you bringing on board? Ashwaju has spoken about state police, he's talking about government should go and generate electricity and many other things. Then the party has come, what do you have for Nigerians? Let the begin. So that we will know that for once, we are heading for a political process where there's objectivity, where the young people have something to learn. But if you begin to major in minor, we are wasting our time because all of us know that other parties who conduct the election, they want their own challenge too.
Primary.
So as a result of that, that party should die. We can't do that.
Okay.
So safe and accept that 90% of this primary is engrossed in crisis. That's when we say that, no, this is not correct. Okay. We have to conduct another election. So APC should be fair to everybody, even with misconducting another party in a certain location. I think they should do that. You see, like it or not, APC has been wangling this way, and it's been beating all the challenges that it's having. And that's what political party or other people don't like. They said it's beginning to emerge as one political party. If it is the only party that is serious-minded, if it is the only party that has a mechanism for resolving this crisis, because if you look, if you have patience, in the next 2 weeks, all these crises we are calling crisis, the mechanism APC always have, they will sort it out.
Okay.
Why don't other parties employ such mechanism? They don't have, which is my concern. And it is those people that will blow what Lesman Elliott is saying out of proportion. They will blow what is happening in Akwa Ibom out of proportion. They will blow what is happening in Kwara out of proportion, caused by the governor of Kwara State at the moment. But they blew it out of proportion. They keep blowing someone so out of proportion. Is the handwork of parties, political parties, who didn't know how to put their own house in order.
Okay, Razak. Does the adoption of the direct primary style, does it serve as a wake-up call for politicians who have not performed in office? That's number one. Because even during this direct primary style of voting at the primary level, we have seen that suddenly you are counting from 40 and all of a sudden you jump to 200. And I also want you to look at the case of Ogun State, Daniel staying away from the primary, I'm also staying away from the primary, and of course, even the current deputy governor also staying away. So this direct primary adoption being used by the APC, does it put those who are currently in office on their toes? And then suddenly jumping from 40 to 80, what does that portend for our democracy?
You see,
because we had these things on videos.
That's why APC disciplinary
the appeal committee.
Okay. No, disciplinary committee.
Okay.
Not appeal now. Must penalize the individual. So you can't turn the future of a nation into a comic. You don't turn it into cartoon. That's a serious allegation. And the way police, in fairness to the police at the moment, once you see something going viral by the police now, starting from about 2-3 IDs back to the current ID, they kept take it up and look at the case. Yeah. A lot of police officers have been dismissed. That officer should be thoroughly punished for what he has done. In fact, the sleepless night APC has had for this part, that's a big smear on it. It must be penalized, and they must demonstrate it to the public that it's been penalized. The guy who will win. Definitely. The person that will lose will always lose. And to the culture and the tradition of the people that lost, they will say this election is not fair. The political class, that's what they will always say. But to do that is not good for APC. APC is consolidating. And anything that will make Nigeria assess them as party that is beginning to look at PDP. PDP are so comical. Jonathan had to practically beg Atiku that, let me have my second term. I will support you. He left. Sanaki left. All of them left. If that's how the people who are believing other party in the UPN, in NPN of those days, we won't have the tendency we have today. But the tendency we have today is the tendency of our and other people in the country. Today is the other ideology that still stand to today. So it should be penalized. And other instances like that. And that's how I want to encourage other political parties to that. We have to learn from this. See, when you subject people who want to go and represent and decide your fate to this kind of treatment, we'll begin to sit up. We'll get it right. And for open participation that you have mentioned, of course, that's a good thing. State like Lagos, the other states like one has to come and learn, should keep doing what they are doing. Lagos has so many qualified people for governor. Look at the current race now. Ambode is eminently qualified. Obasa is only eminently qualified. Baja, eminently qualified. But among all of them, Amsa seems to be the most qualified, and they gave it to him. So that kind of political maturity that they have in Lagos, others must begin to learn from it. Okay. And that's why we constantly have the progress we are recording here. So for us, as a people, let's supervise political class. Let's point their direction towards what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. Okay. So let them come out and queue behind who they want. Okay. So you will not go to the office and think that once I speak to the leaders of the party, I've won that primary. You will not do that again. In fact, your performance will be to impress
the people.
Impress your party. And what do I mean by that? The manifesto of your party that has been given to you to construct road, healthcare, education, and security, and all the things that your party promises. You will do it. The party leaders will be so proud of it that what you are going to do for them is going to be secondary, because they'll be very proud of you.
And that will make the job of the party easier.
Yes. Consistently, except my boy that had little challenge and he's a good guy, but had his own challenge. Look at the governors that's been coming after Ashwaju. He's been very selective. For their second time, who always initiates the second time bid? It's the people. Most of the time, Fashola is the people. Sanwo-Olu is the people. In fact, Amzat that got there now, his own candidacy is one of the most popular candidacy. And they said that, in fact, when he was a deputy, we had two governors. The two of them performed brilliantly. Let other people follow that example by saying that my work has spoken for me. So for other people who felt aggrieved, where are the people that want them to speak for you? It's just that you are qualified. You have a certain paper, you have read certain, you have sub-qualification. Is that the only thing you want to make your second time in office, or third time or fourth time in office? That is not the only qualification.
Right.
What we need is governance, good governance.
Let's still look at the strength of the APC, which you alluded to at the beginning of this conversation, and you were almost certain that all of these teething problems or these challenges will be, done and dusted with in weeks or months to come. But can we look at the overall strength of the All Progressives Congress in Nigeria? Peradventure, these individuals that are aggrieved, they stay true to their, they're being aggrieved and maybe up and leave the party. What is this able to cost the party if these differences are not looked into and nipped in the bud as soon as possible by placating these members that seem to be aggrieved?
I like that question. APC do not have in their characteristics and feature the arrogance that has been ascribed to PDP, and that's why they lost power. APC has not been ascribed to have that kind of arrogance. When Obasanjo was there, he spoke about do or die. The apparatus of office is at disposal, the police, the army, the key to the treasury of Nigeria is in his pockets. So I felt that with what we have, I don't think there's any party that can beat up, because all other parties as at that time were almost regional parties. You have a AMPP, which is regimented to the north, Buhari. You have ADA, the last man standing was Tinubu that time. Yeah. So Tinubu just picked everything from the scrub and brought it back. So if you are not careful, truly, if you are not Obasanjo, you think like that too. That will beat my party. So when Yar'Adua died, complication set in when Jonathan came on board. Instead of them to apply political wisdom and be very careful about it, to say that we have to be very careful. You know, Tinubu gave up his own VP seat to somebody else. Right. Because they applied that wisdom that Muslim ticket would not fly that time. Mm-hmm. They applied that wisdom and they had to move back and say, okay, Osinbajo, go and join Buhari. You are a pastor. Buhari is known as a staunch Muslim. Let us win. When we win, after consolidating, our work will speak for us. And that's what has happened now. So for APC now, I know very well that they will not behave like PDP. They will be very careful in assuaging, in placating, in bringing all of them, sitting everybody down. And the case in time is that what is happening in the Kwara at the moment. The president must be all out. He has sorted out Lagos. And if you look at the northeast, he has a VP there. The south, he has a Akpabio there. The northwest is looking into it. Whatever I can get, if you slug it out with Atiku, fine. You bring it to with Ganduje and the rest of people, the speaker, all of them. You pack it down. But the north central, where you have Akume, where you have the chairman of governors forum, Akume is doing well. But the chairman of the governors forum is not managing the north central very well. So that's another angle the president was looking into. But in the east, with the picture we're having in the east, we are not likely to have as much, APC is not likely to have as much problem as they have in the past. Even if they are not going to beat Peter Obi, it's not going to be usefully as it is like the other time. Imagine. Yes, in the election, the general election, because Obi has been doing it for some time. People got tired of his coming again. Most of the governors in the east are retired. And no matter what, if you are a governor, no matter what, you must be able to do something for your party. Yeah. So it's looking there in the southwest here. I don't see any serious picture of somebody or an organization formidable enough not to say that Asiwaju is not winning. But that does not mean that minority problem that is a minority here, a problem that is a minority here, a problem that's a minority there. Minority plus minority becomes majority. And that's where your question is heading towards, that we must not look away from all those problems. Okay. Because we have seen an example of what has happened to BDP, and that must not happen again. Mm-hmm. And that is the challenge. If you look at it globally, who thought Trump will ever come back again? Nobody thought in America Trump will ever come back again. But the public has a very funny assessment of situation at times. Mm-hmm. And that was what brought Trump back. Trump is gone in the political history of America. But he came back because of Biden. He came back because Americans, that is the champion of gender balance, said that no, Kamala Harris is not the turn of a woman now. They did that for Clinton, the woman. They did it again, Hillary Clinton. They did it again, that's not the turn of the woman again. For Kamala Harris. For Kamala Harris. So for the second time again. So Trump emerged. So that situation should be guarded, not to occur in Nigeria. Okay, Razak. Asiwaju, we all know very well, should not be careless. And his lieutenants, his people that is relying on, must also be sat down to also spoke to them about all the challenges we are talking about. For granted. Yes, don't take Nigerians for granted. Okay. Do everything you are supposed to do. If you think we must win this election, the fact that PDP in disaster, ADC is agree today, disagree the day after tomorrow. And so all these things, don't take that for granted. Okay. Do what you are supposed to do. Your roadmap, remain focused on it. Keep informing Nigeria of what you are supposed to do. And perchance, dissenting voice might wake up one day and say that, you know what, I agree with this man. Okay, you did say that minority plus minority might become a majority. Yeah. Earlier I mentioned the crisis in Ogun State, APC, and of course we also have crisis in Oyo State. And in Kwara. So how well do you think the party should manage this crisis as we look forward to
the House of Assembly primary, and of course that of the governorship, and the last but obviously not the least, the presidential primary.
You know, these things are an umbilical cord. It connects with each other. That's why I said...
Because some people are aggrieved.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That it's an umbilical cord. The Assembly, House of Reps, Senate, governorship, presidency. See, if we agree from the bottom up, there will be no problem. But if we disagree in the middle, maybe you agree on House of Assembly. I'm looking at a state now. You agree on House of Reps. The Senate caused crisis. The dissenting voice. On the strength of that, there can be a revolt with ballots. So, is that what you are doing? And the president didn't say anything about it. And if what he's saying is correct, which is the picture in Kwara now. The picture in Kwara is now that Saraki will be brought back if the president didn't do that. I'm informing you now. I'm not a member of the political party, any political party. But that's the position in Kwara now. If Gaman Abraham Azraka is allowed to have his way, the APC will lose Kwara. That's the popular thing in Kwara now. And that's why I'm saying that he needs to pay attention to it. You can't say Kwara, go to down to bad rubbish. You can't say Akwa Ibom. You can't say everything vote counts. He needs to bring everything together and ensure and solve it to what the mathematician will say, to the BRS minimum. To the nearest insignificant figure.
Okay.
That everything has been done. Oh. Now, let me put everything in the hand of God. After sorting out everything. For me, let me inform you, from what I've heard, people who are close to Atiku, they said he's preparing for 2031. There's actually not preparing for 2027. And that's why he's holding all other opposition back. He will go and cause crisis in PDP. He's dismantling ADC. He's sending salvo to NDC now. And it looks like that to me. That is not an assurance for assure you that's going to have it easy. He must be prepared at all time. Roll out all the machinery you have in your office. Explain to people carefully the popular blackmail in town now is the borrowing. You see, a capitalist economy is a borrowing economy.
Okay.
A capitalist economy is designed in a way that you can aspire, because go and read The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. He explained capitalism very well. Karl Marx tried to decimate it in his book called Das Kapital, 777 pages. I've read it 4 times in my lifetime. So they will explain what capitalism is. Capitalism is a situation where the control of the economy of a state is not control. The production factor is not in the hand of the government. It's in the hand of the individual. So the government stay aloof. So to cushion the effect, what the government do is that to lay template, the policy to do that, infrastructure, this and that, government don't generate money. So to do that, there must be something that I bought. For instance, the Lekki Road. Where will Lagos have gotten the money if it is not international money lenders that will assist him and get the money back again? And you know, infrastructure is like the education of your children. Because there's no money, your children should stay at home while his mates are promoting. So when you have money in 5 years' time, you never say, come and start primary school. Right. The parents will borrow. Okay. He will borrow to train his children and pay later. So infrastructural deficit, health challenges, where other countries are consulting and discussing the health challenge. Ebola is about to break out somewhere again. So the government should not address that. Scientists say that the earth is too contaminated. Who knows whether they are preparing somewhere for us in another planet? So Nigerians will be folding his arm. Okay. Security challenges are there. Rearing his ugly head. The police institution has been given instruction that roll out 6-month program for state to have state police. So all those challenges are there. And the only source we have is this oil. So you must work out a financial plan where the people, the money lenders in the world will sit down with you and say, okay, what is your income? Let's establish a model to you. Then political leaders start inciting Nigerians that they start tweeting. It's our country. You start tweeting IMF, World Bank, Paris Club, that don't borrow Tinubu money again. Look at that level of desperation. And most of the people that are doing this are young people like me. In 1989, nobody taught me to realize that sharp is a terrible economic policy. I read on my own. I'm not an economist. So the young people didn't interrogate. And which bring us down to the political parties on ground now. On your own. You have to assess.
And that of Ogun State.
You have to assess what is on ground. What is APC looking like? Someone who can control his own party is on the television every day condemning party that is consolidating every day. And you didn't ask him, you didn't interrogate him. What happened to your own party?
Razak, before Abimbola's question, you have not addressed that of Ogun State. We have Benga Daniel there. We have Dapo Abiodun. We have Amosu Ibikule Amosu.
But a candidate,
we have the deputy
an
governor.
aspirant has emerged.
These are strong.
Well, they are accusing
They boycotted.
They
Boycotted the process. I will not deceive you. The people that didn't take part in the election, they are all strong politicians.
And they have their followers.
And one of the best confidence you have as a president is when you can demonstrate to the world that in the Southwest I'm very popular. That is what you are going to do to negotiate the next election. And that's why it took Obasanjo all tricks and methods to take AD away from Ashwaju. No, from AD that time.
Yeah,
the five
states.
I didn't follow, I didn't enter, but we're waiting for Abraham Adesanya. It's the report is going to get his negotiation with Obasanjo, because we know very well that Obasanjo is going to betray AD. We knew, we told them he will betray you. And there's a common position with Tinubu that time that he's going to betray them. Why was he so desperate? He wants to show to the world that where I'm coming from, I'm also popular. The first election, I said, because I just come back from the prison. I've not consolidated 6 months. You say I should go and contest election. How do you expect me to win my region? So the second coming, all method in the definition of politician, or if anything bad, you say it's politics. You have to take it. So Ogun is central. And remember, that is where Milokon slogan started.
Came out
So he needs to address it. That's why we say the president needs to pay attention. He's the most influential party member at the moment. He's the most expensive product of APC now, political product of APC now. So he has that influence to discuss. He has to invite it. He has all the states. He needs to sort it out. And that's not being careless. If you do that, you are not careless about the future of what is coming in terms of the general election. And you know that because this has happened, other parties are in trouble now.
Right.
How do you hold their primary? How do you ensure that what they have said about APC, which is not correct, the APC didn't do a nice primary, how will they do that in their own party? And for us as a people, let's switch all of them well. Let them have a successful primary so that we can have a robust democracy and a robust general election where people can easily express their. I love APC. Yesterday,
it's so obvious.
Today and tomorrow, I will vote for APC. But that does not mean that I don't want other parties to contest the election with them. Okay. I want PDP to contest. I want ADC to contest. I want NDC to contest. That's me fair.
Okay, Razak, let's quickly go to the message of Mr. President just before the primaries, where he spoke to party members, and he did say, and I'm quoting him now, that winners, politics should never be a zero-sum game. Any candidate that wins does so for all of us as a party. Those who lost out have the opportunity to appeal to the party's committee set up for redress. So this is where I'm going to. Mr. President probably saw this coming and knew that most definitely some people will not be happy with the outcome of the primaries. The party also saw that, and that was why they already put in place an appeal committee to look into such redressers. Now, my question is, for those who feel aggrieved now, who would also want to seek redress at the committee level, or who might just not want to seek redress, how important is it for them to remember this message from Mr. President prior the commencement of the primaries on the need for them to work together as a party, knowing that it is not everyone that will win the ticket of the APC?
The biggest challenge the political class in Nigeria have is that they go to election with one aim. I want to win that election. They don't prepare for loss. And that's a problem. And that's why the umpire of election, the INEC, needs a lot of political education for the political class. For
the political class themselves.
Yes, that you must go to election with the mind that I might win and I might lose. And when I lose, what is my role? Your role is not 21 days of revolution, Nigeria must be burnt. That the policy of government since I lost this election, no matter how fantastic that policy is, that is a policy somersault, as far as I'm concerned, because I lost that election. And it is in that spirit that I want to speak to people who have lost in this primary.
Right.
To also remember that there were moments that they were joyous.
Right.
If they have gathered a lot of experience, that they have won. There's that moment. That moment is what they should remember, and that they want to serve their people. What needs to happen now is to rally the person that's won and forge ahead. And take an example from Asiwaju. Asiwaju stayed out of office for, was it 16 years? That was 16 years.
Okay.
He was not a councillor. He was not a chairman of any local government. A senator. He was given that nomenclature, that funny nomenclature, which I consider to be just to pamper him, party leader. And he took it for that 16 years. So if he had been that desperate, I said that people who become president and they never leave their party. If he had been exhibiting this kind of attitude, he would not become the president today.
Right.
So maybe what fate has assigned to you is not even actually what you have contested for. Sure. There might be higher place in office. And what will get you to that point, what will transport to that point, is how you are behaving now.
Sportsmanship.
Yes.
Right.
If you don't behave well now, all the people that became indecent now, they are documenting their attitude and character.
Right.
They are documenting what they are doing. Because if Ajuaju has fought Buhari, that time that Muslim, that was what we promised each other. Okay. In 2014, when we engaged in 2014, he told us a civil society engagement with him in his Freedom House that I want to be president after Buhari. But I'm not desperate.
Okay.
So this desperation is one of the basic principles of why people can be disqualified.
Right.
So that sportsmanship should be applied to whenever they are going to that committee that is set up for them to resolve their crisis. They should have that in mind.
Right.
That I'm not just desperate. I just want to spell out that, yes, you have won. I'm going to support you. But these are my concerns that, why didn't you allow me to contest election? Okay. And that was why I boycotted. Okay. And that has to do with Ogun State.
Okay. All right, I would have to leave this conversation here this morning. Thank you so much, Razak Olokoba, Public Affairs Analyst, for finding time to be with us on the program today and shedding more light on the ongoing primaries of the All Progressives Congress towards the 2027 elections. We appreciate your thoughts.
Thank you for having me.
That's the much we'll take on this segment of the show today. We'll take a quick break. The conversation returns shortly.
The views expressed on this program do not represent that of the producer, management of Lagos Television, or the Lagos State Government. They remain the perspectives of those expressing them. Thank you for staying with Lagos Television.